Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. We're having a little bit of a slow start to our morning. The kids finished their breakfast. We did breakfast cleanup, and now I'm just gonna make myself something quick for breakfast. Ever since Christmas break, I've just been a little bit more relaxed in the mornings, and in the winter, it's tough. You get up in the morning, it's dark, it's cold, and I just think, you know what, I don't think we need to fight against that quite so much. Maybe this is God's little hint for us, like it's time to just slow down, get a little bit more sleep. Now I know there are probably moms watching this who are like, yeah, sure, I have a baby, I have a little toddler, I can't just sleep in. And I get that, but this season that I'm in, I was going through a period where I was waking up at 6 o'clock or 6:15. Right now, I'm not waking up till 7. I wake up at 7. I usually lay in bed for 10 or 15 minutes. Then I come downstairs and do my workout. The kids all wake up throughout that time. They usually get started on breakfast. It's not like we have a super late morning. I mean, it's 9 o'clock right now. The kids are just doing a little workout in the other room, and like I said, I'm about to start my breakfast. I'm not really waking up much before the kids right now, and that's okay. But I guess that was just a really long introduction, and I just wanted to say welcome to today's vlog. Wesley asked me to get this down this morning. I just have it. It stays up on the shelf in that basket, so it's not always available. But he really wanted to do this activity where you put the pegs in, right? You put the pegs in. What number is that, Wes?
10.
It's number 10. This little activity is from the Love Every Play kits. I will link them down below again because I feel like I haven't shown our Love Every toys in a while, but we love them. And it's really sad because their toys, Wesley, their toys, they have like little monthly kits and they go up until they turn 4. So the only kits we don't have are below Wesley's age level, which is sad, but he still enjoys all the little Love Every toys we have. Now we're about to get started on school. We're gonna start with some mornings we focus more, show my eyes, some mornings we focus more on Bible time, and some mornings we focus more on doing our read aloud. So for today, I am gonna get out our Bible book because every day we at least go over our Bible verse and our hymn, even if we're not doing the rest of our Bible curriculum. And then I'm gonna spend most of our time on this falling apart book, reading this book. I'll probably read like 3 chapters. It depends how long the chapters are, but we'll do a read aloud time. And then I printed up some little activity pages for the kids to do today during our read aloud time. So, Wesley, just be quiet for a second. I printed up some little Valentine's coloring books for the 2 younger kids. And then for the older kids, I thought a fun little activity for them to do while I read aloud is to just do a word search. These printables I downloaded all from the website Creative Fabrica. Creative Fabrica is a website that is a large marketplace for crafters and designers. Today I am working with Creative Fabrica to promote their Teachers Club card. Right now, if you use my link down below in the description box, you can go on their website and you can get their teacher's card for a year for only $2.99, which is an amazing deal. With this card, you get access to thousands of digital teaching resources, and you can use up to 5 downloads per week. I went onto their website yesterday and I just searched for Valentine's activities. You have to go onto the side column and make sure that you are looking at just teachers' resources. And so I looked through and found something that would be fun for the younger kids. They of course have so many other printable options like activity books, extra worksheets for different subjects for your school-age kids, whether it's writing or math, of course coloring pages, and so much more. Okay, so here's the little book I did for the younger kids where they can trace the words and they can do some coloring. But you can do that. Why don't you go get some, I don't know if I want markers. Yeah, you know what? Get your clipboard. Great idea. So that's for you. You can color those, and then you guys can just look through this pile. There are a few different word searches you can choose from. You can choose between. Oh, I forgot. I brought this over here too. Yes, I forgot I printed this up too. This is for Wesley to do another time. Some tracing alphabet pages too. And a rustle of whispering. Only the big girls and Carrie sat still and studied. Whichever way Miss Wilder turned, unruliness and noise swelled up behind her. Suddenly there was a piercing yell. Charlie had leaped to his feet. His hands were clapped to the seat of his trousers. "A pin!" he yelled. "A pin in my seat!" He held up a bent pin for Miss Wilder to see. Quiet, please. The kids are just heading outside for a little play out in the snow. We got a little fresh snow overnight. And now I am just gonna be starting making dinner. I made a soup a couple weeks ago. No, more like probably before Christmas. I made this soup. It was a potato bacon soup and it was so good. And so I've been thinking about it every once in a while since, thinking I need to make that soup again. I need to make that soup again. Today's the day. I had bookmarked the recipe. And it's kind of nice because it's like in 2 parts. So right now, this step is really simple. I just have to chop up potatoes, onions, put that with chicken broth, something else, maybe salt and pepper or something. I'll link the recipe down below in the description. So I just set that to cook in the Instant Pot. I just set it to slow cook. And then closer to dinner time, I make this mixture on the stovetop. I just looked at the recipe, but I'll probably forget what the ingredients were. It's like sour cream. Let me just look. Sour cream, flour, butter. Oh, it says heavy cream. I don't have heavy cream, and I'm also pretty low on coffee cream, so I might just use milk. I think it'll be fine. But you mix that on the stove top and then mix it into your soup mixture. And then we add bacon and cheese and like that mashed, like loaded potato type toppings. And it is really, really good. So I'm excited to have that again for dinner. I just sent my kids outside. It is after lunch. It's actually almost 2 o'clock here. But we didn't have our usual outside break this morning. And so the kids just usually, they just get to where they have so much energy and I'm like, okay, get outside and take all this energy outside. And sometimes I just need a little break too, a little bit of peace and quiet. And women talk about the self-care and the self-care that they require. Sometimes, you know, when my kids go outside and play and I am just in the house alone, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I can be cooking, I can be working out, anything. When the house is just quiet, it just doesn't happen a lot. And so that to me is definitely some self-care, and it is very enjoyable. It's okay. It's okay when you're with your kids all day to feel like sometimes you just need a little break. And so I'm just in the house. It's quiet. Wesley's napping. For one, yeah, it's quiet. Also, it finally is a bright day outside. We have had the grayest January, and that has just been hard. I really feel like my mood is down when the weather is so yucky. The sun isn't necessarily shining right now, but it's not as dark and cloudy as usual. And as soon as we have some fresh snow and everything is white, the whole house just feels much brighter. And so that's also just like an instant mood lifter. I am chopping up these potatoes pretty small because they're not going to be mashed or anything. We're just eating these potato chunks in our soup. So I do make the chunks pretty little. Sorry if any of you don't like the word chunk. Do any of you guys have a word that's just like a cringy word? Like, ugh, don't say that word. I would say I only have one word like that, and it's the word runny. But let me know down in the comments below, what is your least favorite word? My potatoes, onions, chicken broth, all that is in there, so it just needs to cook for a bit. So I'm just gonna let that sit on slow cook. And then I think it's like half an hour before supper, I add the other ingredients. Gonna grab my phone here. And then leftover from lunch. Did that get finished? Yep, this always happens. There's like some leftovers sitting. I just leave it at the table and someone comes and snacks on it. But I think I'm gonna eat these carrots while I go sit on the couch for a little bit and enjoy a little bit of quiet time as the kids are, let's actually check on them. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, it's actually snowing right now. Our rink still isn't quite ready, but the boys enjoy, all the kids enjoy playing hockey on it anyways. I don't even know if you can tell snow's coming down, but it's actually coming down pretty heavy right now. Charity's out here too somewhere. I don't see her. It is a couple hours later now. This part, turning this on to, let's just do about medium. This part is super simple because you don't even have to do this in like different batches, like do the butter, then the flour, and so on. This is just butter, flour, sour cream, and milk. I was like, what am I missing? Duh, the milk. So that's just all in there. Charity's gonna whisk that for me. And then we just wait for this to thicken a bit and then just add it to the rest of the soup here, which I should actually check just to make sure that those potatoes, let's get a fork out here. And just a second, Wesley, just to make sure, oh yeah, those potatoes are soft. Look how nicely that thickened. I know with the heavy whipping cream that the recipe says to use, it would be maybe even a little bit more creamy, but this here is plenty thick and it'll make the soup nice and creamy. And then I'm gonna add a few handfuls of these bacon bits, making sure I don't pick up that flavor, what is that thing called? The Stay Fresh little packet. Try to avoid picking that up. Looks like I need to, oh, I need to go to Costco and buy some more bacon bits. I think it was just last Friday that I showed Simeon doing this art, what is it called? Art for Kids Hub or Art Hub for Kids, something like that. Art for Kids Hub. Where he was doing this drawing last week. They're drawing a piece of pizza today, and I love how everybody's together, all doing the same thing. So much fun. I'm gonna end this video over here where it's nice and quiet, and Wesley is once again, he got out this toy from Love Every, and then he's playing with these stacking rocks. Right? Are you having so much fun? So again, I will link Love Every down below. So make sure you check that out if you want some good toys for your kids. Sometimes they play with it how it's not intended to be played for or played like, but that's okay. Also make sure you check out Creative Fabrica with those great digital teaching resources, and I will see you guys in my next video next time. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.